crowd are going to be on Francisco's side. Albin needs to keep them quiet. Pleasure as always to be joined for this match, Double J.
Yeah, and we'll see about this lag, all important, and it wasn't Albin's, but it seems like he rarely loses a lag, I'll tell you that. His first shot on the main table. It's been here probably since maybe Tuesday, Monday.
Albin Ouschan to break.
He's going to stay on his left side of rail, our right. And Albin's one of the few that will pull the cue ball out a little bit. Likes to put the hand somewhat on the felt.
He won't hold back on this break as well. Likes to give him a good old wallop.
Wow, just as you said that. Really not much body involved at all.
Cue ball's close, JJ.
Wow, that cue ball traveled up and down the
stroke,
table.
ball in hand.
A heavy Spanish crowd, obviously, here in Gibraltar.
And start the clock, please.
Yeah, big bump there, and hard to imagine that ball traveling all the way back down, but just barely gets to that corner and drops.
Fault.
Important for Ruiz to keep Albin in his chair in this rack, because not only will that mean it's 1-0, you'll hear some noises from the crowd, and that kind of transitions over to Albin, and pressure can just keep building. Mika Immonen was in that similar situation. You can be sat in your chair, JJ, and the crowd are clapping when the homeboy rolls a ball over the pocket in and you're losing, and you sat there fuming.
Yeah, he got a little straight here, so he's got to draw the cue ball back. The 7 pinned over on the side rail, and if he fell straight here, I mean, he can still go forward to the third side, but speed's so crucial because he can't afford to get too thin on the 5, and obviously straight isn't very good either. So this is the type of shot you see the guys under hit more often as far as a mistake. They worry about, you don't worry about really following it in too much, but getting straight on the 5, that's the real problem. He'd love to cheat it and just get to the rail with the cue ball for a little bounce.
Needs to slow down, JJ.
This is going to get straight, so he's going to have to shoot the 7 from a little distance. Such a confident player, though. I love watching Ruiz play.
Yeah, total opposite in styles, in contrast, these two.
Yeah, this shot here you have to stay heavy on. With a good stroke, it will slide a bit. The overcut, usually the mistake. Good thing about Ruiz is he attacks with the stroke right here on these types of shots.
Needs to stay still. You can already hear the crowd get involved.
Yeah, they've lost their other countryman. That being David Alcade in this event. Uh-oh, he hit that thin. I think a little fortunate not to hit that side pocket. You can tell he's amped up, though, huh, Carl?
Yeah, he'll feel the energy once this 9 vanishes in this corner pocket. Listen to the crowd. Such a young man, Francisco Sanchez Ruiz. He's been around a long time, though. He's been on the tour for a number of years. Just feel like the last kind of 18 months he's kind of broke out a little bit, winning the Derby City Classic Nineball event. There you see, 30 years of age, nickname FSR, ranked number 11. He beat Mika Immonen in the prelim round.
Yeah, that was a fun match, and I think one thing that has paid dividends for Ruiz is, you know, being alongside Al-Kaidi, right? And both of them on the same kind of journey, maybe kind of underdogs for a bit in their career early, really had to work through and get, you know, earn everything that they've gotten. Not somebody like a filler who breaks on the scene winning pretty quickly. Now Ruiz, I think, definitely won't back off an ounce on the break. He's been breaking from their right side rail. At least he did in his first match.
Sanchez Ruiz to break, leading 1-0.
Yeah, Francisco won't be holding back here. He likes to go full pelt into the break shot.
Yeah, the slick table, when you open up, I'll let him break them and explain, but oh my.
Foul stroke, ball in hand.
Very similar to his countryman earlier in the match. And now Albin.
Start the clock, please.
Ball in hand. What a nice treat to start game 2. But what I was gonna is on the slick table, even when you crush them, it's very hard to fly the cue ball past the side to try and avoid those kisses where the balls come across the middle of the table. The club tables, you know, you put a lot into it. It won't grab as much. You can actually ricochet the cue ball back past the side and avoid a lot of kisses. Difficult to do here.
Nobody plays the table better than the man in your screens. Usually his speed control is always there.
Yeah, he's really got it all. You know, I mean, decision making, of course, his technique, I love it. Like you said, when it comes to the crucial, tough safeties like rollout situations and big moments, he always seems to come through. Probably, if there's any chink in the armor, and you could explain it better, probably, Carl, but maybe gets a little negative at times. It doesn't last super long, but you can see you can sometimes affect him.
Yeah, when he first came on the pool scene, he was a very angry player. One of these who used to throw the cue and the chalk when he made a mistake. Now and then you still see that a little bit, but nowhere near as bad as it once was.
So you're saying he's on the improve?
He's on the improve. Knows he's got to keep this crowd quiet. That's what this type of match requires.
His speed's important there. Straight he can handle, but not on the rail. I think he's good enough. And another thing, for such a great tactician of the game and a great cue ball, he doesn't back off to come with a shot. Last couple years, he's probably put together as great a highlight reel as any. Oh, that's an interesting shot. He could have followed with inside. He decided to punch with inside. So big tester here.
Yeah, that was very unlike Albin, wasn't it?
Yeah. And the thing about the punch on the slick table, if the timing's off you don't get near the results on the cue ball. And he's got a little concern with the one rail scratch here, because I don't think he's going to cue this with much side spin or digging on the cue ball.
Yeah, this is a tester. Big moment.
Albin Ouschan
How do you
wins the
like
second
that
break.
for a shot? That's Albin Ouschan telling his opponent, you got to beat me. I'm not going to give it you.
Yeah, and I really think he put a lot into that cue ball on the 9, trying to make sure he avoids the scratch. You can can see there, age 31, nicknamed the Mean Machine, ranked second, and 2 times a world 9-ball champion, and almost made it 3 this year. Just seemed like SVB wasn't to be denied in Milton Keynes.
Yeah, we often talk about Shane's big win, but to go so close coming back as a champion, incredible.
Yeah, and I think there's one of 2 or 3 players that Shane would have liked to have beaten to win his first World Pool Championships, and this is one of the guys. Well, the 7 ball is going to hurt. And it's going to be a very difficult situation with the 9 near the left-hand corner. That really takes away the rollout up the table. I don't think he can roll out to a simple jump shot either. Can't even get at the 9 to move it, huh?
Yeah, that's what I was kind of looking at. Can he do something with the 9? This is going to be awkward for Albin.
And we'll see. I mean, he could roll out behind the 6. That's a jump shot he may get back. Yeah, this is as difficult as it gets, I think.
Push out. Push out cold.
He's going behind the 6, it looks like. Oh, he's hit this way hard, right?
Your choice.
Wow.
Wow, he's missed that mark by 8 inches, maybe? And I tell you what, he's still got the snooker, though. I'm right down the line. It's just a sliver.
Can he see?
I don't think he can even get to the left side of it. I could be wrong, but...
Okay.
Oh, it's fooling me, I think. He may be fooling Ruiz.
Well,
he can get to the left.
Yeah, you can definitely see a piece of that.
Oh, that's a lot better in my eyes. That view right there.
Well, he can turn this ball over a little bit from there, I think. Doesn't need too much elevation.
Slight swerve, right?
Yeah.
Is he drawing this on the 9? What's he doing? Oh, just hit it a hair thick. And he's going to give up a combination on the 2-4 and then possibly a 2-9 after. We'll see. Looks like he probably just wants to stun this a touch. That way he gets the 2 to move down the rail hair. Ooh. Did this get only for a kiss shot now?
Extension.
Extension, please.
Chasing the 9 with the cue ball. As long as it's the 9 full, will vanish.
Albin Ouschan.
Yeah, good shot, Albin. After a bit of a weary combination, but the 9-ball disappears. It's the former 2-time world champ who takes an early lead over local boy Francisco Sanchez Ruiz. 2-1, Albin Ouschan. This happened just moments ago. The carom. Cue ball onto the 9. 9-ball disappears. Albin Ouschan takes a 1-rack lead. 2-1.
The fourth rack, Albin Ouschan to break, leading 2-1.
He is playing the heavy cut on purpose. The hard cut break. You can see him having a little bit of left English as they panned in. And then the last rack, I couldn't really blame Ruiz for taking that subtle swerve shot on the rollout, really. I'd probably take it on as well.
Yeah, he had to shoot that ball, I believe. This is a little thin one into the bottom left, but
yeah,
it goes.
Albin's so smart, though. He probably comes 2 aggressive cushions to play the 2 in the same corner. I don't think he's going to try and kill the cue ball or anything like that. Just play it very naturally. Yeah, maybe sacrifice a little distance, but speed a little off, so he's going to have to work the cue ball. He's just sizing it up right now. Trying to figure out the path of the cue ball. And I don't know if anybody, any of the pros work the clock better than Albin Ouschan.
So is he rolling this through for the 3 ball in the same pocket?
Yeah, he gets to the rail by the 3, it looks like to me. He's going to have to work through this rack. It doesn't appear, unless it's not the type of draw stroke you want to play on the slick table. You're not going to get as much on the ball coming back to this rail underneath him. I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up short here. Wow. He wanted to make sure he got there.
And what a shot. The cue ball was spinning.
Yeah, it was hopping and then spinning.
And he's got a little angle, so that worked well.
Yeah, and Albin, one thing you can almost depend on is he improves during the match. We all know he improves every match, it seems like, but he usually improves as it goes as well.
Albin Ouschan wins the rack.
It's a nice out, couple of beauties in there for Albin.
Very unique, very special, very beautiful country. I always love to come here, see the monkeys, the mountains. It's incredibly beautiful. It's tough, you know. You've been here 4 days only practicing, watching the matches, and your opponent played already once. He knows the feeling in there. I hope to get a good start, get a good breaks and some run-outs, and hopefully it's going to be a good match. I would say on paper it's a 50-50 match. He got all the guys behind cheering for him. It's going to be tough for me, but I will try my best. It's pretty much the only tournament I didn't win yet of the matchroom calendar, so I'm looking forward. Maybe that's my year. I won the PLP. I was second at the World Championships. Can't think of anything better than that. So I'm feeling good. I'm feeling confident and ready to go.
The fifth rack, Albin Ouschan is leading 3-1 in build rack.
Always speaks very well in his interviews, does Albin. Very good ambassador for the sport of 9-ball.
Yeah, I said it the other day. I would love to hear more from him. It seemed like I learned something every time. All right, didn't quite cut him as much time, so drew the ball back, but it's going to work out. I don't know what the 2's going to do, but it's a little covered up. And he's got an angle going the wrong direction here on the 1. So he may play the safety here just because of that 2 ball, Carl. He could easily plant the cue ball behind the pink 4. He's looking to see if he can roll this in and stay aggressive. The problem is, can he really get from the 2 to the 3 properly?
Yeah, you can see there the 3 ball doesn't go in the top left pocket. The pink 4's covering it.
Yeah, and he doesn't have many options getting on the 2 as far as
Extension,
gaining
please.
an angle, right? The 9's a big ball, trying to shoot the 2, getting back on the 3. So these guys always want to stay aggressive, keeping their opponent in the chair, especially this winter break format. But he may elect to play the safety here, knocking the 1 away, bringing the cue ball, think behind the pink. Pretty easy shot. He missed it by some mark. That was surprising. Hit it a lot harder than maybe I would have, I think. I think I would have used the bed a little bit more to move the cue ball underneath the 4, the speed of the bed, but...
Yeah, that's one of Albin's strongest points. The safeties in them situations, but he's failed. But
Extension
Sanchez
call.
has got a bit of work to do here.
Yeah, you may take your chances here, kind of coming fully on the 1, banking it back towards the 3-4, and try and coast the cue ball up on the 9-2. The 3 and the 4 can certainly offer some cover as far as leaving a pocket. I would keep it as simple as I can here. Not a simple situation, though. Is he cutting this? No way. I think this was the right shot. I mean, it may not work out, but there's a lot of good things that can happen.
Albin taps the table with his cue.
And Ruiz, I don't know if he'll come away with a shot, but he's opened up the 2 ball as well. It was covered up by the 9. Boy.
Oh, wow. JJ, look at this.
Yeah, he rarely misses those.
Kick and stick.
Yeah, and on the slick table, you know, your home table, maybe the 1 needs to be a little closer to the rail to stick the ball with that light speed, but you have to understand on the slick table, it's very doable. Or let's say lighter speed. Yeah, he didn't get the spin and the swerve on it that he wanted. Left no hanger, though.
Francisco, when playing with a little bit of spin or a little bit of swerve, seems to struggle. That's 2 shots now where they've gone wrong.
Yeah, when nerves are high, you get a little quick, right? And he's still going to have issues getting from the 2 to the 3 if he buries this one.
Overcooked it.
Yeah. And where do you go from here? This is not sitting very nice for an offensive shot. And it's very touchy defensively as well.
Can he play off the left?
Yeah, maybe. And just subtly come behind the 3, I guess. But he's going to try and rifle the bank in, I think. He's got to come some 4 rails here with a lot of low right to get underneath the 3 in the side. He can dodge the 5. He's got to kind of throw the 2 in with some draw. He end up with a cross side bank here, Carl, which would be okay with me. Oh, he's playing safe. Wow. Didn't expect that.
Needs a 2-ball to slow down.
Yeah, he's not going to be happy with the results as a whole.
Maybe he must have felt the 5-ball was in the way of pocketing the ball.
I think it was just didn't feel like he could get on the 3, right? So I think that was. Now this is touchy here. It is laying nice where you can roll your ball, let the 2 come 2 rails to the side rail and go forward, trying to pinch him underneath the 4. Not easy though. He was trying to go into the 4 with the cue ball.
Yeah, he got the 2-ball sort of where he wanted, didn't he? Just the cue ball.
He had a big ball to go into the 4 there, and I said earlier, no one I think works the clock better, but the last 2 shots, maybe the 5-second beeps got to him. He overcut the 1. A little bit off there. Good speed there from Ruiz. Oh, maybe he's left us a little piece of the 2. Definitely going for the make here. Could make it off the 4 if he overcuts it.
False stroke, ball in hand. Then start the clock, please.
And he probably just cheats the pocket here a little bit, drawing the cue ball back. I don't see any point to go forward, really. He's overran this just a touch. It shouldn't bother him too much. But you're not one to have to go into the side rail with inside English here.
Wait for the cheers. The crowd are about to erupt.
Sanchez Ruiz against the left.
Well, the more racks Sanchez wins, the louder this room. The quarterfinals. He's going to face Ko Pin Yi. This is boiling up nicely.
And we saw
Rack six.
a different
Francesco
coping
Sanchez
E
Ruiz is
today
trading
than we
by
did
three
in his
bets,
first
2 and 2.
match. All right, Ruiz, who caught an awful kiss on the cue ball in his first break. I don't think that'll slow the young man down, though. Ooh, dry break.
Yeah,
Wow.
come right across, hit it too thin, didn't he?
Yeah.
Didn't get the balls moving. It's not what you want to do when you've just stole a rack.
I believe only our third dry break of the tournament, but really didn't catch the one very flush at all. Really hit it more like when we're playing with the break box, maybe, versus break from anywhere.
Got a bit of work to do here. There you see tournament dry breaks, as JJ said, 3.
Well, that's more of the cueing action that we're used to seeing from Albin, and probably got a little more out of it than he expected. He wanted to make sure he got by that 7, though.
The other 2 dry breaks have actually both been done by Albin Ouschan, and he's in the quarterfinals. Needs to improve, though. His last match, he missed a lot of balls. You can see Albin's hand is very close to the 3. Marcel Eckert will have a beady eye on that. Sounded a little funny.
Yeah. Albin fell a little off angle here, so he's going to have to work through these racks, and it's been a lot of that in this match so far. Hasn't been, you know, by any means a bad match, but it's been, you know, not as clean as we're used to seeing. Once these 2 get control of the table, they usually stay in line pretty well. I don't think he's going to force things here. The problem is not the 5. It's really making sure he can get across to get to the 6. That's why he just doesn't want to stun below the 8 so easily, I think. Is he trying to bump the 8 and then push the 5 down towards the pocket? Is that what he was kind of sizing up, maybe? I don't know. One into balls, it looks like. Yeah. But this could not work out as well.
JJ, this is nasty. You
Well,
have to roll through the bank.
He's got this shot, though. I mean, he can create the angle. The problem is if it hooks on him a little bit, he could actually follow this ball in. So I think he's going to do what you said, Carl, just play for the cross side. Got a little friendly bump off the point. I'm not in love with high ball on this bank so much. Your club table maybe, but to really play the cue ball how you want, I like a little more center ball-ish. I think it could hook and the 7 could get funny. He's done that well.
Yeah, that was a very tidy shot indeed.
Yeah, he kind of arced the cue ball. It wasn't just a rolling top English. Definitely put a little more into that. Watch the cue ball arc here. Kind of bends.
Albin Ouschan.
4-2, Mr. Ouschan. The crowd are appreciating it as well. Not only do they want Sanchez to lose, to showing Albin the respect. We're going to take a quick short break.
Thank 87th rack. Albin Ouschan is leading the match 4-2 and will break.
Familiar sight on your screens. Albin Ouschan breaking off.
Yeah, you can see just a little left English. I think that's intended. I'll tell you, I know Ruiz trails now, but all things considered, after 6 games and 2 breaks, he has a dry break and a scratch, right? So 4-2, not so bad. He's just got to get back to the table.
Yeah, and it's not looking good. He's got an open look at the 2, the 4 ball. Is the next ball. 4 to the 5. 6 balls on the same side as the purple 5, so everything's looking good here.
Yeah, he can handle a little bit on the 4, so he wants to make sure don't flirt with the 9 too much. Center of the table fairly open to come across for the 5, and even if he has to play the 5 up long, I would consider that. That's why I might stun over here, right here, on the 4 to naturally get behind the 5. I think that's a smart shot. Now it's in his hands. There's really, maybe something by chance happened that takes Albin away from the table. He gets that nice little 2, maybe 3-inch bump off the rail. Makes easy position on the 6. And it's always nice where it doesn't bounce too much, right, Carl, to make the 5 too difficult.
Yeah, I hear you.
Now Albin may just pinch this out for the 7 in the corner. That'll take him naturally to the 8. A lot of guys would run the ball for the side. I like this play right here for the corner. You know, if the 8's more open somewhere, that's a different story, but you want to make sure you're... Ooh. Did he lose the angle on the 7 as well? That's a pretty simple mistake from this man. Something you don't see very often. I think a little fortunate that fell.
Yeah, I think it was just purely the angle and didn't hit it too hard. He's down pretty quick. Well, he took his medicine, no heroics there. Just leave himself
Extension, please.
a thin cut, as he calls the extension. Doesn't want any of them beeps affecting his stroke.
Yeah, the key to this on the slick table, don't go too thin. Just make sure you commit to the stroke. The ball cut nicely.
Albin Ouschan wins the rack.
5-2 Albin Ouschan. He's won a lot of pool tournaments, but he's never won the Masters. He'll be desperate to try and do that this week. And in the coming weeks, we have a busy schedule. To be confirmed, the dates for that. Go and give Matchroom Pool a follow on Facebook and Instagram, and
Thank you, the 8th rack.
you can stay
Albin
in
Ouschan to
tune
break.
with what's going on.
Leading 5-2.
Yeah, a lot of anxious fans waiting to see when Ruiz gets back to the table.
Yeah, this is a big old rack coming up. David Al-Kaidi, former champ, 2-time champ. He's sweating the action. He's out. Yeah, you've called this one, JJ. He's playing the hard cut break.
And a little security with the cue ball there, but I think the path of the 1 has a lot to do with that as well. And what happens, you don't push the 1 through those top balls as much and make it in the side. It'll glance off that rack and hit a little high. This is an awkward shot. I think he wants to stun across versus digging on the cue ball. You don't have to get all the way across for this man here. He gets just maybe in between the 7-4, that range, he can cut the 2. Be nice if he got across. Did he fluke it? No, he didn't, and here's that opportunity.
Yeah, it's important for Francisco that he tries to run the table in, keep Albin on 5.
And it was funny. I was just going to comment, just stay heavy on this. It'll fool you on the slick table, feeling like you got to cut it more to move it. But
Extension called.
this first shot, he's got some stretch here.
Yeah, he's put a big old extension on the bottom of the cue.
And a lot of times when you're like this, you want to stay ball when you have that extra weight on the cue. You don't want to be putting a lot of side spin. The deflection changes a little bit.
Yeah, that's okay. The cue ball's held up.
Yeah, he's good.
Albin will be disappointed. It wasn't an easy shot, but it was a chance to get on the hill.
And it's pretty perfect here. Just needs to bring the cue ball back a touch.
Yeah, there's a bit of movement there, but that is part of his game. He's a little bit like that. I think we're about to hear some loud noise here in the arena.
Fantastic Sanchez Ruiz wins the rack.
They want to see a close match, just like we do too. There's a big rack for Francisco. The story of the rack. Well, it was all about the one ball for Mr. Wasn't it? It was tricky. Queuing down over the 8. Nearly fluked it. But he didn't. And Sanchez, well, he did what he needed to do. This is going to be interesting. The break has not been too kind to Francisco.
Yeah, he's really had, you know, the two bad things, the bad side of the break shot, that being a dry break and then losing the cue balls. So should be all positive from here. And really, minus a miss hit on the rack, I think he's going to probably come away with a shot after the mistake by Albin. I just kind of feel
Trailing
that.
5-3.
Uh-oh. Anytime you send it that
Ball in
way,
hand.
the chances increase. A ball coming by can certainly kick you in.
Yeah, he's just not quite controlling the cue
Let's start
ball.
the
A little bit unlucky to get flicked in, but as you rightly said, it was flirting over to the side pocket.
Yeah, it was heading that way. It wasn't going to scratch, but like anytime you send it near, chances of something bad happening certainly increases. Now, Albin's got to just decide how he wants to play off the 5 to get to the short side of the 7. Of course, we know he can bank a ball cross side if needed. He did it earlier. I think it's pretty simple here, though. He's just going to make sure he can reach this coming out to the center of the table, where he can pull this ball 2 rails, maybe to the backside of the 7. That's the play I like off the 5. Now, he was kind of looking at that bank shot. Yeah, I kind of like that angle right there on the 5 he just looked at. The 9's kind of a big ball to try and come 3 rails into that gap with a high ball off the 5. I think I still get to the center of the table-ish. Making sure, yeah, like right in there where you can reach it. And the reason why is you can make either decision from there. If you fall a little funny, you can certainly come one rail down for the bank. If you get where you like it, you can pull the ball to the gap between the 7-8.
Big shot coming up.
Yeah, this has gotten a little bit... I would have liked a touch more angle, and I think he would have too. Doesn't want to play a high ball here, that's for sure. Well, he settled big time there.
Well, it's not a good shot, is it, though? It's way short of pace.
Yeah, and I don't... You saw what I saw when he was down on the ball. Right before his last stroke, he adjusted the tip position.
I didn't spot that, JJ.
Yeah, right. Changes just there subtly. Just a little more to the inside, it seemed.
He'll still go with this bank shot, though. He's banking in the middle.
Oh,
He's missed it. Where's the cue ball? It's going near the side. Ruiz is going to have to come with a good shot. But he's back at the table. He would have thought he might not get back, but it is a mistake from Albin.
And if he cuts this to the right, this has been a shot we've seen missed a few times today. Now that was with inside English each time. He doesn't have to apply inside here. But still a very missable ball in the 4-inch pockets. He let up on it.
Ooh, it was a nervy one, wasn't it?
Yeah, kind of a quick backswing, and that's where that little bit of a let up usually occurs.
Got team humor here.
Well, that was a lot easier than the first bank shot, wasn't it, JJ?
Yeah, and at that angle, you can use the top rail a little bit to slide the ball in. And so a very rare bank missed in that kind of situation there for...
Yeah, that's got to be chalked down as a poor shot. Ruiz, this is easier than the 7 he just missed. And it's there. He's still in this rack. He's still in the match.
Nice stroke there. Controlling the cue ball nicely.
So it took a couple of chances for Francisco. But this match is nicely poised. Albin 5, Francisco 4.
Frag 10. Francesco Sanchez Ruiz to break, trailing 5-4.
Well, some drama brewing up here nicely. Albin Ouschan, the last couple of racks, has just made a few mistakes. He's let Sanchez back in this match.
I don't mind him changing it up on side, which side he's breaker, Carl. Right? I mean, why not? You know the left is breaking well. We've seen it all week, so he's got to love this.
Yeah, I believe you've got to change it up when things are not quite happening. You may as well.
Yeah, you can't be burned, that's for sure.
Yeah, this was his 4th break. And it's his only successful break.
Yeah, first time he gets to shoot after breaking the balls. Okay, does he swing the ball a couple rails around the 7, or can he just stay simply coming 1 rail across and get where he wants? I'd pay attention to this little shot here. This little shot really makes the rest of the rack very, very, somewhat simple, let's say. He's just going to draw over there. Nothing wrong with that. And he may have to draw off of this ball. He may have gotten a little bit funny here. Nah, he can go forward.
Yeah, he's looking good here now.
Think about this. Don't take your eye off of it.
Would have liked a little bit more of a bounce.
Yeah, you can't get as close to the 6 as desired. If he really wanted to swing the ball, he could, but no reason to do that. Actually did really well. Fell a little flat here, so maybe he has to draw the ball back again. Has a choice here. He can kind of just hold the ball, take the cut. You don't really see him stunning over. The only other option really is to go forward, using the bottom rail and possibly the side rail as well. I would just hold it myself.
Yeah, I like the old stun run through. High 5, Francisco. It's getting loud in here. It's getting real loud. That was a perfect time for Francisco's first break and run of this match. He moved the cue ball over to the other side of the table for the break. What a beauty it was. All the balls were sat nice. It was just a case of connecting the dots, keeping yourself together, which he did. 5-5.
Yeah, and I think him and his buddy, his countryman, David Alcade, I think they both leave the mistake behind as well as anyone else, so really don't get too beat up behind it.
I think we have a Sanchez fan.
The 11th rack. Francesco Sanchez Ruiz to break. 5 racks each.
Albin's going through the motions now. He knows this match should really be over.
Yeah, the 1 ball. It was a little funny cueing, but it's been all Ruiz since. and it may stay that way. We'll see.
What's happening with the 3-ball?
It's going to open up, I think. It's a little straight. But with a high ball, I think he can get to the top rail and move the ball over just enough to maybe have a decent cut shot on the 2. He could just roll forward the 2.
Can you avoid cannoning the 3 as well? It looks like you can.
Yeah, I think so. The only problem here is controlling speed on the 2-ball if you decide not to go forward and be aggressive here on the 1.
I think he doesn't even need to go off the top rail, but we'll see what he chooses to do. Oh, he did well there, didn't he?
Yeah. And all it does is make position on the 3 a little easier as far as controlling the speed, because if you take the thinner cut on the 2, you got to contend with the 4-ball at the table a little bit, or come backwards with the cue ball. So this is kind of like maybe a little bit of a drag here, or like a rolling right English maybe.
I think it's a little bit awkward.
Do you?
I think the thinner cut would have been a bit more natural.
Yeah.
I think he's got to do a little bit of something here.
Well, I sacrifice here and take a little longer shot on the 3 when I come across, but that's what I thought. Maybe just a little drag, maybe. He got a lot out of the cue ball there.
Yeah, he played it well. He played it really well. We talk about the race to 7. It's supposed to be a short race, but we've seen a lot of the big name players lose, and they've made mistakes. Is this going to be another? Albin has had his chances. Can Sanchez hold himself together? He's looking good.
Well, you hit the nail on the head, I think, right there. Hold himself together. That's the difference. Albin knows these tables pretty darn well. I think that extra match early really is all about seeing what your nerves and what you're really feeling out there. These guys are so great at adjusting to tables like great players are, that I don't think that's as much a dilemma as really knowing how you're going to feel. No, he's just getting more confident every stroke, it seems. Got a little straighter than he wanted, so here you just got to manage a little bit. You don't have to get perfect on the 9.
He has done well here.
Yeah, Ruiz is getting stronger as this goes.
He's on the hill. Who would have thought this a moment ago? He has got Albin Ouschan. Supporting
Thank
their
you,
boy
Rick, number
Francisco.
12.
Sanchez Ruiz, he's breaking.
On the hill.
I like that
Leading
shirt
6-1.
the kid's got on. It looked like a Yale golf shirt. It was a bulldog with holding a golf club. Pretty neat. Might be a collector's item one day.
The kid's got style.
He sure does. right, no time to back off.
Oh, that's a good break. That is a good break. He's got a shot.
Yeah, you wouldn't. If you just asked any pool player, has Albin Ouschan ever won the World Pool Masters, they would certainly so, you would think, right? But it's things like this that can happen to any of the great players, and then a guy like Ruiz is going to capitalize.
Yeah, he's made mistakes. 5-2 up. 3 ball, does it pass the pink 4?
I think it just does, Carl. He's going to have a 1-rail angle. Well, maybe not a 1-rail angle. Now, this has gotten a little funnier, especially if the 3 is any kind of tight going by the 4, right? And it is a bit tight. He would like to get close to this. And I think he may be perfect or a little hot.
Oh, he's perfect. Look at this.
And this is like ball in hand shape here. I like him taking this extra time, really getting on the 4 to get on the 5. To get properly on the 6 is very, very important. You play the center of the table, Carl, or you come behind it a little bit? Both are available. I think I might come behind this a little bit. Like near the right side pocket, I guess.
Yeah, I think I'd just be happy over on the right hand side rail. Just about there is perfect.
6 goes in the side. Really has all 6 pockets, but the angle. Don't think he's going to come above the 6 here. He'll stay below it.
Extension called.
This is the shot. If it's going to go wrong, you feel like it would be now. Albin will know this, sat in his chair.
He did come above it, so he's very confident at the moment. Beautiful follow through there. It's close enough he can draw to short side pretty easily. Ooh, cheated the pocket a lot there.
Well, he's done well here. He was 5-2 down. And that's not easy against Albin. Just needs this 9-ball to book a place into the quarterfinals. And it's there. There's the handshake. The crowd are lively. What a comeback. 7-5 Francisco Sanchez Ruiz. There's Mr. Arcadia, former 2-time champion.
Vamos, right? Vamos.
Up next, he's going to be another Austrian, Max Lechner. He's going to be playing Copigny. Here's the winning moment. What a comeback. What a pool game that was. 7-5. Vamos, shouts the crowd. Coming up, Lechner versus Copigny.
What a terrific debut in a matchroom event for Maximilian Lettner. Max, delighted.
Wow, what a comeback. Look how much it meant to him. The crowd, what a crowd we've got here tonight. Fantastic, they are absolutely fantastic. And this man was fantastic as well, beating one of the greatest players in the game, Albin Ouschan. Francisco Sanchez Ruiz is in the quarter-final. And there's confirmation. Tight game, a great game. Really, really enjoyed that one. A proper tie, a proper classic 9-ball. But Francisco Sanchez Ruiz did it in the end, 7 racks to 5. And there he is. Hey! Don't.
It's a Ferrari.
Many, many congratulations. Is this one of the best wins for you in your career? Because fans were fantastic with you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I just want to say thank you to all people come. This is amazing. I feel amazing. Thank you so much, guys.
Muchas gracias.
Yeah.
Did you expect to have this support?
Yeah, I know everyone here. But it's always a special play like in home, so I feel really excited.
I was going to ask, it gives you more pressure, but you've just done that. You must love it.
Yeah, I was down 5-2, but I feel too much energy, so I feel so confident now.
And you know, if Albin, it's very rare, he makes many errors, so if he does one, you have to capitalise, you have to take advantage.
Yeah, he's one of the best players in the world. You have to play your best game, so... In the beginning, I don't play so good, but finally, and then I play good.
Do you feel you can win it?
Yeah, I feel, but I prefer stay focused round by round. So looking for the quarterfinal.
Well, go and have a relax. Francisco Sanchez Ruiz, everyone.
Gracias.
Here's the draw for the last 16. He's the top half. Wow, what a crowd tonight we've got. Love it. Cordo, you can see it all there. All the last 16s of Cordo's playing absolutely brilliant. So he's got Josh Filler in the quarter-final. Max Lechner, Copigny is coming up